All right, so today we're going to practice converting repeating decimals into fractions. And this time our repeating decimals are decimals that repeat in the hundredths place. So remember, in a decimal, when we're looking at place value, you have your whole number, then your decimal, and then the first place after the decimal is the tenths, and then the second place is the hundredths. Okay, so these are decimals that are repeating in that second place after the decimal, the hundredths place. So for example, if I have the decimal 0.36, so 0.36 repeating is repeating both in the tenths and the hundredths place, but we're specifically looking at the furthest place to the right that is still repeating. Okay, so 0.36, remember we want to make every decimal when we're doing this equal to a variable. So we just use x, so I'm just going to make mine x equals 0.36 repeating, so which also equals 0.363636 dot dot dot. Sorry, it's not coming up quite right. It's a 6. Okay, so let me fix that a little bit, make it a little bit. There we go, that's better. So when we make it equal to a variable such as x, it makes it far easier for us to then convert it into a fraction. So what we need to do is, since we have two digits that are repeating after the decimal, instead of multiplying by 10 like we did with one repeating digit, we are going to multiply by 100. So we need to multiply both sides of the equation by 100. And what's going to happen when we do this is it's going to move this decimal place over here, this decimal right here, 2 places, because there are the 2 zeros in 100. So we need to multiply both sides by 100. So the first side would be x. So x times 100 is 100x equals, and then if we look at our long written out decimal here, we can see that we now have 36 point, I don't know, a point, that's a point, 36.363636 and so on. So let's do 363636, and then that goes on forever. Okay, so we have now multiplied both sides by 100. We're going to do the same thing that we did last time, where we are going to try to get the x on the left side by itself. So we're going to start by subtracting x. So subtract x on this side. And then on the other side, we are going to subtract the value of x, which if you look up at the top in black, it is 0.36. So we want to make sure we always line up the decimal points. So 0.363636 dot dot dot. Okay, so once we have those lined up, we can then do our subtraction. Do that in a separate color. So 100x minus 1x is 99x. And then when we're subtracting on the right side, this 363636 repeating cancels out because they're both the same. And then we simply do 36 minus 0, and that is 36. Okay? And now we need to divide, because we want to get x by itself here on the left side. And 99 right now is multiplying by 9, so 99 times, by x, so 99 times x. So we need to divide because that's the opposite. So divided by 99. We'll do that on both sides. So these cancel out on the right side over here, or on the left side over here. So x equals 36 over 99, which, if you are thinking ahead into simplifying the fraction, it can be simplified. So if you're unsure about how to do this, you can simply put this fraction into a calculator and it will simplify it for you. If you are not able to use a calculator, then you can just look at a multiplication chart or think through your multiplication tables and figure out what number goes in equally to both 36 and 99, and it would be 9. So we're going to divide by 9. So 36 divided by 9 is 4, and 99 divided by 9 is 11. Okay, so our final answer, x equals 4/11ths. So it took us a few steps to get there, but it's very, very similar to what we did for fractions, or I'm sorry, for decimals that repeat in the tenths place. So the only difference is that we're multiplying by 100 instead of by 10. So it just adds one extra step where you have to move the decimal over one other place so that you end up having a decimal that you can work with that you can eventually turn into a fraction. So that is one way to turn decimals repeating in the hundredths place into fractions.